How does it take so long to get, some policy changes and to get the government to acknowledge that there are challenges in an industry?
I do wish it was that simple, that we could simply share a story, share good news, and government would follow its logic and take action. But there are two challenges. One, we're not the only sector fighting for attention, fighting for resource, and fighting for policy changes. Every part of the high street and every part of the economy is approaching government, approaching MPs, asking for action on their behalf. So it's a very crowded marketplace. The second is the lack of understanding about how a business may work, especially our sector. Whether you're a hairdresser or a barber, two parts of the hair and beauty sector both face similar problems, but they also face unique problems as well. So we as the NHBF educate the government. Now, why does it take so long? It's because we need to overcome this ignorance, this lack of understanding, and we also need to fight to make ourselves heard. Now, we have a number of tools for doing that. First is our members. Our members are our greatest advocate for our sector. And the second are our surveys, such as the State of the Sector survey, which many of our members are already completing, but we really hope more of our members and more of the sector as a whole will start completing. Because the more data we have about how the sector is being impacted by the government and its policies, the stronger our argument is whether it's myself, whether yourself as president, when you're in front of ministers, we can make the case and we can show them data which shows how much action is needed to help the sector.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the data's really important. So as a member, when can be the next surveys that I look out for, that I can complete those surveys to put my point of view forward? When can I expect to see the next ones?
So we aim to run the State of the Sector survey 4 times a year. Mm-hmm. So roughly every 3 months we look to put out a survey. Now, as we're speaking, we hope to launch our next survey soon, and this will be a slightly different survey where we'll be focusing on the issue facing employed salons. Now, there are many issues that employed salons have talked to us about, and we want to gain more data about those challenges so we can put them in front of government. Now, we're not going to just focus on employed salons when we're going to government, but we are using data specifically here to talk to the government, to talk to the Treasury about future of tax policy and the future of funding for apprenticeships and other schemes, which we know employed salons are especially crying out for.